Oh, hello. In today's video, we're going to launch our Channel Legion Hobby Challenge. So let's get into it. So I'm going to start straight off with an apology to Ben from Battle Brothers Tabletop, who has run challenges. I'm not going to say identical, but the picture is there with good reason. And if anyone's in any doubt, with Twin Peaks, he's Toblerone. Let me just explain how this works. I have about half a dozen people who are channel members. Thank you, it's much appreciated. And one of the things that they do is they say, hey, you should do this, that'd be really cool. And a couple of them got together and said, hey, you should do a hobby challenge, that would be really cool. And I said, wouldn't that be ripping off, Battle Brothers Tabletop? And they were like, no, it won't be. And I'm like, why? And they were like, it just won't be. So I'm sure he won't mind. He seems like a nice guy. We're going to share the hobby love. But it bears acknowledgement. This is not the most original idea I've ever had in my entire life. On with the challenge. So we're going to do a hobby challenge. What I want you to do, for those of you who are unaware of the format, essentially, I would like you to build and paint a brand new, legal legionary kill team. So, for the avoidance of doubt, you've got to have, as a minimum, 5 legionaries chosen from this list, and 1 leader chosen from this list. So you're going to have to build and paint 6 models at a minimum. If you want to do more, if you want to do like a roster, that's totally fine too. Okay? But a minimum of 6 models. So either a chosen or an aspiring champion, and then 5, including the basic warriors, the gunner, the heavy gunner, the icon bearer, or the anointed, the butcher, the balefire acolyte, and the shrive talon. You're going to post pictures on the Discord. There'll be a special room in the Discord for the Legionary Challenge. And then a winner will be selected by some kind of combination of myself, Zimbad, and Mrs. T.I. We're all going to play along as well. At least I am. Mrs. T.I. is. Zimbad hasn't. He doesn't know that he's going to, but I will try and convince him that he should, because whatever he comes up with will be amazing. And the deadline is midnight on the 30th of January, so you've got quite a lot of time, a month and a half, but that is a month and a half with Christmas and New Year in the middle there. I wanted to launch it now because people will have the chance over Christmas to sort of, maybe you got a Games Workshop gift voucher, in your Christmas stocking, right? People will have a chance to kind of acquire bits, think about things. Some people will have much more free time over Christmas because their main thing that they do is their job, and then they have some free time, and then they want to fill their, we got to remember, I'm a family man, right? But not everyone has a Christmas that's full of family obligations. Some people have free time and would really like some hobby to do in that free time. For other people who maybe their Christmas is going to be manic, like driving around the country and stuff like that, then they've got the time in January as well, and it gives you something to spend your money on while you're not spending it on booze or pies, which is the other traditional sort of January abstinence period, right? So, and for those of you in the UK, there is a Warhammer World event in February as well. So I might take my legionaries to there, although they're going to be converted. So I don't know whether they're going to be tournament specific. Let's get on to that. So just to give you an idea, I'm planning to do something themed around the Fallen. So I'm probably not going to use any actual legionary kill team pieces. I'm going to make mine converted based around the Fallen. For those of you that don't know, so these are actually so these miniatures back here, these are Mrs. Tabletop Impulse's legionaries that she did. She's going to do a whole separate legionaries team with a different warband, because she really likes Chaos Space Marines. I'm going to do something themed on the Fallen. So I have some bits of a Fallen army. Like if you play 40k, you remember a little while ago there were some legal rules for playing the Fallen as like not a regiment of renown, or whatever it used to be called. There's no rules for them at the moment, but I have them knocking around. I have quite a big bits box as well. So I'm going to convert and build 6 guys, six brand new models that could be, you know, a legionary kill team, but with the Fallen aesthetic. It's a bit controversial for me because I've always liked, some people's Fallen are really like chaos, like really, really chaos. I've always liked to portray my Fallen as basically being Heresy era Dark Angels. Like, the thing I love about the Fallen is the ambiguity. The fact that they actually don't look that dissimilar from Loyalist Marines. The idea that planetary governors and Imperial commanders could just think, oh yeah, the Space Marines are here to help us, that's cool, because they've never seen a Space Marine. Okay, but even a planetary governor, if you've got a tentacle coming out your head, he's going to be like, hang on. Right? So, but I'm going to do an anointed, so there's going to be some demony bits in there for this warband. The nice thing about the Fallen is, like a lot of the other Chaos Legions, right, there's different warbands, so there's different groups of Fallen. So you totally have some Fallen who are, desperately trying to atone, who are trying to help the Imperium in any way they can whilst being hunted by the Imperium, because they're trying to atone on like a spiritual and philosophical level. And then you can have other Fallen who are like, no, fuck it, let's just go all the way to chaos. So, they have that breadth to them. Rumour is, in the big 40k over lore, that they're actually going to do something with the whole Cypher and Fallen and the Lion and all that shortly. So maybe this is secretly topical. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to convert 6 brand new Fallen-themed miniatures to make my kill team. Maybe more than 6, depending on how we go in the month, right? Because you can do more than 6. You can do as many as 20 or as few as 6. Yeah, so that's basically that. If you have any particular comments, if you plan to participate, give us a shout in the comments section, like, oh yeah, this is really cool, I'm going to do mine based around, I don't know, Alpha Legion, they're cool. Or if you could do a team. I nearly did a Nurgle team using Plague Marines as well, but then I changed my mind at the last minute, because what if they release bespoke Plague Marine rules, and then I'd be like, well, this is confusing for everybody, so at least the Fallen should be less confusing for everybody. That is one last point I wanted to... do try and make it as legible. If you're doing like I am and you're converting and you're using like not standard measures, really do. One of the criteria for judging, when we're judging them, will be, is it legibly like what it's supposed to be? Like, does the Power Fist look like a Power Fist? Does the Plasma Pistol look like a Plasma Pistol? Because they should be a cool expression of hobby. They should also be usable kind of gaming pieces. So yeah, absolutely want to encourage... all I said, if all you want to do is buy a box of Legionaries off the shelf and paint them, like, that's absolutely fine too, right? That absolutely could win, right? If you are, like me, going to do something converted or substitutey, do try and make things legible, right, within reason, as close as you can, legibility. Any questions or comments, you can put them in the comments or on the Discord. You will need to join the Discord to enter the challenge, so now would be a good time to expand the comments down there and click on the Discord link and join the Discord so that you're ready to go, and you can post some work in progress shots and things if you want. We've got hobby sections and all kinds of things. And if you're not subscribed, I dare say you should subscribe, because we are going to do a video where we go through all the entries, and I'll give you some feedback, a lot like my community showcase videos, but based solely around the Legion kill team. And yeah, paint 6 Chaos Space Marines between now and the end of January, please, and thank you. All right, well, this has been a short one, but cheerio, everybody. I hope you have a great evening.